You've come to Nareen Farm. What's left of it, that is. Here we are after years away, and it's as if, well, as if the Earth's forgotten us. That, or it's forgotten how to be a farm. We'll have no choice but to leave, unless some miracle comes and... Why, Auric dear, we'd clean forgot the paling wand. Oh, but it's deep in the hollow, and the Adaris Hollow's not safe at all. Well, if the stories are true, Auric's granddad used it to tame this high land and make crops grow. He'd always say how he had to return it to the hollow, so the hollow's magic could fill it up again. Our seeds don't take, or they turn into other plants. The weeds grow monstrous, and the tilled earth wanders out of planted rows. It's hopeless. You would? There are all sorts of wild fae in there. Oh, but that wand would save us. Adaris Hollow's due south, just below the bluff. If you can bring the wand to us, I don't know how we'll thank you. Let us hope it is, or we'll have no choice but to leave once more. Well, you'll find the hollow due south, and the slope down from the bluff. Look at it, laid out before you. How many nights that we've been lonesome wanderers have I dreamed of seeing this again, and now, at last, we've returned. Without some kind of miracle, it's no farm at all. Mind you, I'm well aware that's just how Tyrion's Rest wants it. To think we once called them friends and neighbors. Am I right, Auric? When the war came and burned our farm, they turned their backs on the likes of us. Oh, he's a bit quiet, I know, but he's the man for me. Wouldn't have no other. So long.
I saw you speaking with the vagrants on Beggar's Bluff. What lies have they told you? Why have you come this way? You must not. Lyria has cast them out. The very fact that they must debase our blessed valley with Fae sorcery proves it. Instead, you should bring the wand to me. Priestess Orella will destroy it, and that will be an end to that. They'll be forced to go. Only to see those vagrants leave our land peacefully, nothing more. Fear not, you will be rewarded with gold as well as Lyria's grace. Those heights across the Vale went by another name before the war. Now, because of the filthy refugees who wander in from the Western Plains, we call it Beggar's Bluff. Galafor has been sanctified and blessed by Lyria. Those who weathered her wrath unscathed are blessed as well. I will not deny the Nareens lived here once. I even played with Auric as a girl, but they have no place here anymore. Lyria did not shield them from the Tuatha. It was against her will that they remain. We are truly blessed that she is here to lead us. I'm fortunate she holds me in her closest confidence.
Well met. You've been to the Hollow? Did you find the Paling Wand? That Arella, she was what you'd call quite a bit adventurous before the war came and she took up the priestess mantle. Why, I remember her, weaselly and cruel, behind folks' backs, always trailed in Arella's skirt tails, whatever she did. 1,000 blessings on your head. Look, Arik, the Paling Wand, just as your grandfather spoke of it. You've given us hope when we needed it most. We have little to offer but these herbs. Take them, and bless you. For now.
Think it's going to rain? Not that it matters. Goodbye.
For truly, my children, we are loved and blessed by Lyria. Lyria, goddess of fate, who holds the cards that spell our mortal lives. Those she holds dear prosper and thrive, yet the strong and the proud fall beneath her displeasure.
Tuatha, Seelie, they're all the same.
Please, can't you help? I need someone to travel to the Tawili coast. It's my daughter. Anala led a group of refugees to the town of Culn. I warned her not to go, but she's always been a strong-willed girl. I should have heard from her by now, and the caravanners say that bands of Tuatha have landed on the coast. If anything happened to Anela, I don't know what I'd do. Please, help me. It's been 10 years since we drove the Tuatha from these lands, and still the refugees are living in tents on the Forsaken Plain. They've talked of resettling Culn. Anela took up their cause and agreed to lead them there. You will? At last! Mitharu bless you, friend. Anela led the refugees to the ruins of Culn on the Tawili coast. Look for her there. If she's hurt, bring her back safely. If she's dead... I know what Culn meant to her. She was just a child when we fled. But this is folly. The village stood alone along the Tawili coast, overlooking the sea. It was one of the first places to fall when the Tuatha invaded. Culn has been abandoned for years, and it's a place best forgotten. Anela was determined to rebuild it, though. I told her it was too dangerous. Why wouldn't she listen?
Come out! We know you're in here. Somewhere. You're going to pay! You're going down. You're going down. You're going down.
Are they gone? Hello? Is somebody there? Thank goodness, they're gone. I see I have you to thank. You and my clever hiding place. Can't imagine what those churls were after. They kept barking on about the Warsworn this and kill me that. But now tell me, what can I do to repay you? A brief lesson in the art of locks, perhaps? What? Do you mean it didn't work? This is one of my greatest achievements. I recreated that ancient marvel perfectly. I promised that pledge shield. Finnan, that was her name. I promised her. Surely she had permission, yes? She swore to me. Oh, I see. For pledge shield Finnan, yes. One of my finest ideas. I built it precisely for times like these. The original. Truly an ancient wonder. Surely the combined work of Warsworn craftsmen and luminaries of the Scholia Arcana. Louts and fools! I could see they wanted blood, so I dove for my hiding place. And not a moment too soon. Now, if you will see yourself out, I have a mess to clean up. Whoever those ruffians were, good riddance.
Those she holds dear.
Oh, why, hello. Welcome to Brad and Sergrin. What brings the likes of you to our peaceful little town? If it's trade, Aethiof and I are more than happy to have your business. Oh yes, Lyria's blessing, our priestess calls it. We have good trade, good health. No violence, no crime. Why, not a soul's been thrown in the... Ah, Gwastel, you old fool. You never did know when to keep your mouth shut. Now listen here, if I so much as breathe a word of the prisoner, Priestess Corellon will... Oh, but there I've gone again. Please, not a word of this to anyone. I've said more than I should already. They'll be angry with me if they find out. Please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. The priestess is quite a boon to our community. I don't know if we'd be so prosperous without her guidance. I've gone and run on at the mouth again. Tyrion's Rest is a lovely place, and what's done is done, and locked away and forgotten. My business partner, poor fellow, he's lost so much to the coast. Now his own daughter's gone back there. It'd be a risky venture to say it will end well. Good day, then.
Where would we be without Priestess Culn?
I have heard from Graham how you aided those vagrants. I am disappointed that you did not do what was right. However, all that comes to pass is within Lyria's plan. Time and faith will reveal her vision. A prisoner? Who's been speaking such nonsense? We do have a jail, but it has sat empty for many years. This is not Rathir, or some Varani outpost. We bar Galafor from all refugees, and so have no need for it. In the 10 years since war swept across these plains, I have guided this village by Lyria's light and by the wisdom of her teachings. I was a humble student of faith when I heard the call. It was so keen and clear. I left the temple that day to serve my people as I could. Our village is a lesson in Lyria's blessings. Take the two villages, Tirin's Rest and Culn. When the Tuathas struck this land, which stood strong? That which loved Lyria most. You may visit its ruins on the coast. They are a testament to what befall all who displease my Lady of Fate. Aethiof's daughter and the others who went to resettle there showed great ignorance as to the finality of her will. We must do what we can for our Alfar soldiers across the water. Mayra, our innkeep, takes donations for the cause. Bless you, child.
Where would we be without Priestess Culn?
You're new. Not a refugee, are you? Don't look it. No Fae, no refugees, not in Tirin's Rest. Who's talking such nonsense? You'll find no criminals in Tirin's Rest. We see to that. The priestess guides, and I guard. She lights the path, and I keep a sharp eye for those that stray. They'd have done well to lead a pious life before the war. They think they can come crawling here for a second chance. But it's too late. The wheat has been parted from the chaff. There is nothing for them but to accept their fate as Lyria dealt it. Tuatha, summer, winter, it makes no difference. They're no friend of mortal kind. What do you expect of a thing with no grasp of morality or honor or death? I fought in the war, but Priestess Culn is my general now. Without her guidance, every one of us will be huddled in tents like refugees. Well?
Here's a valiant adventurer come to sleepy Tirin's Rest. The war cheer you up and spit you out too? If not, it will. And you'll find yourself in some damn tavern, rotting behind a mug of ale. Oh-ho! Aurella won't be too happy about this. Well, I never said a word, but if you happen to wander down to Burren Cove, behind the jail itself, well, there might be sights to see. It's a fine hill, if you like to sit and rot in your old age. That or praise Lyria's toes morn, noon and night. That's not the talk of them in this village. Lyria doesn't love them, or so I've heard, and she's not the only one. The war? Ha! The war's a grislier beast than these poor fools have dreamt of. Goodbye, then.
Well, a new face. Welcome to the Reedsong Inn. Come in, and Lyria light your way. If you can spare a coin for our troops in the war, well then, all the better. That I do. We all must do our part. Have you got a few coin to spare, then? And what about them? I don't see what they're doing to fight the Fae. Now you look into your heart. See if you can find it in you to come back and give some another time. Our goddess and protector, the Alphar's guiding light. It was her will we were spared the face sword 10 years back. High Priestess Tyrion made camp right here on her sojourn to settle Rathir. It is said she was given a vision by Lyria on this very ground. I hear the conditions in Cluricon are just wretched. My own son was there, gave his life for the cause. That's why I've taken up collection. Every coin goes to those poor soldiers across the water. As long as you're not a sodding fae, you're most welcome here. Go on. Of course I am. There's a good soul. Say, would you do one more favor for an olden keep? This purse is full of collections. Would you be so good as to bring it to the box in our sanctuary? I can't go myself, and there's someone I can't trust. If you want to know the truth of it, someone's been swiping from the collections. We don't know who, but I'm sure you weren't the one. Lyria, bless your fate. Sanctuary's just across the bridge at the end of the walk. The box is inside. And if you happen upon the thief, and in my opinion it must take place in the darkest night, tell the priestess to white nil at once. Well, so long.
Refugees aren't welcome here.
Well. What are you doing here? I'm just here for a midnight prayer. Ah, what's the use? You've caught me. Yes, I was stealing from the till. It's not as if those doomed sods off in Cluricon need this gold. Not half as much as where I'm putting it. Not in to drink, if that's what you're thinking. There's some wretches off in Forsaken Plain. They don't know it's me. Nobody does. But I leave gold for them when I can down by Snowmelt. Bloody least I can do. No? Well, it's good to see someone who's got a heart for a change. If I was stealing for drink, they might give me a scolding. If they knew it was for Forsaken Plains refugees, they'd toss me in jail. There's Tyrion's rest for you. Goodbye then.
Who goes there? Stand forth. You, what do you think you're doing here? State your business or leave. It's what we've got for a prison here. Common cells off that way. They don't get much use. Hardly none at all. Then there's, well, there's what lies beyond this door, which is neither for you nor I to go poking about in. Not much I can tell you about the good priestess. For one, I'm not sure she can't hear us even now. Her power covers this town and she coddles it like a newborn child. Smothers it sometimes, if you ask me. I imagine it's a fine enough village, if you don't mind some going on about Lyria, and you're not a refugee. You? Go in there? Huh. No, 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 not allowed. Not on your life. That's right. Go on now. Aye.
You are not Nil the White, nor the priestess. Have you come to laugh, or to beg me for oracles? Nothing at all. I sit in reverie. I cannot stretch beyond the confines of this circle. Because the priestess and Nil the White put me here, and I cannot leave. It is a prison of powerful magic. The magic of the children of dust. Magic that is strange to me. Yes, more than anything. But as you see, I cannot. There is the gate, which Nil the White can unlock with his key. And there is the circle, my true prison, which can be broken by words only the priestess herself knows. It was he and the priestess who put me here. He returns from time to time to sputter and gloat with his scarred thoughts. They brought me here to know the future, wanting riches, wanting luck. When I could give them none of those things, they spat and called me to Acatha and left. She saps the power from my limbs and uses it for her own. She is as the cypress, standing tall in a calm, yet bending in the slightest breeze.
Those she holds dear prosper, and greetings, traveler. I am the mayor of this village, its priestess, and its guiding light. Now tell me, child, are you also a follower of the goddess Lyria? Silly child. Remember what Lyria says in the Lefyrian. Dishonesty is an imprisoning of the self, from which you can never escape. Still, if you seek healing, I can aid you. The doors of our inn, trader, locksmith, and sanctuary are all gladly open to the weary traveler. I am sure I don't know what you are speaking of. Do what? Are you accusing a daughter of Lyria of... Do you know who I am? If you persist in speaking nonsense, I will ask you to leave Tyrann's Rest. I have nothing more to say to you. You are forgiven, as it is Lyria's nature to forgive. You, there. See that a guard keeps watch within my sanctuary. Welcome. Welcome, child.
My powers return. Benevolent child of dust, accept this gift. Find me among hill and dale. If you are hurt, I will heal you. I have not yet made up my mind what turn of seasons are due to him. I do not think they will be mild. The spell is cut like the tree's deep root. What power she took from me have ceased to flow.
Oh, I know you are the one who freed that danger. Yes, danger. He came to me, cursed me. My powers are gone. I cannot heal or protect the people of my village. And then what he did to White Nil. The poor man. He is down in the cove now, crawling around like a mindless animal. Don't you twist pious words with me. Perhaps you find humor in the suffering of others. You are certainly not worthy of Lyria. Pray to her for forgiveness and healing. Bereft of his senses after the Fae, he's gone down into the cove, and nothing I say will make him come out again.
My head, my eyes, burning. What did he do to them? What did he do? All of it Fae. All of it twining growth and nowhere safe. Oh, all of it Fae. All of it twining growth and nowhere.
Yes?
Yes, dearie. Ah, so you tried and never found that thief then, did you? I fear what may befall us, I do. We shall be cast upon the plains with all the other wretches if this goes on. Nobody's been able to find him or her, including you. This will end badly one way or another. Mark my words. Right enough.
Greetings.
Let us tempt fate. Die, Dustin! Make your peace. Dustling for the fire.
Them laid out for the General's inspection, and not a stain anywhere, do you understand? The locksmith Pledgeshield Fennin, you say? Stole my key, had it copied, handed it to the enemy? We must confront her at once. Hurry! Henry! Seize her! Pledgeshield Fennin's in the cells now. Go see if she'll talk. We've got to get to the bottom of this. Yes, yes, indeed. The duty's yours. I think she will tell us what she knows.
Can howl like a wolf sometimes.
Shield, sister?
Pledgeshield. I know I can never make amends for the deaths I've caused, but I will try. I stole the key and had it copied. I gave it to... He swore he worked for the Alfar army, that this could end the war. I knew they were stealing powerful things from that vault. But he said the Warsworn were refusing to use them in the war against the Fae, so we could keep getting paid to fight. A man named Elben Merok. I knew him from... that does not matter. He said he's a soldier in Tawili, though we always met pretty far south of the barracks, near the way into the marsh. In the army, as I said.
The only place I've ever seen him is with his friends, where Tuili joins Acatha. I knew Elbin from a time before the Warsworn. When he first came to me, I wouldn't even speak to him. But he kept at it, telling lies, offering hope for an end to the war that has so troubled my heart. That's what the mages in Brigand Hall called themselves? I've never heard the word before. Stealing the key was the hardest part. Every moment, I was sure he would return and notice it missing. Once the original was returned and I had the copy, there was nothing to it. No one suspected quiet little Livia.
I knew you'd find the truth. Poor Livia, though. They certainly found a gap in her armor. Brian will let me out of here shortly. Maybe he'll even apologize. That name these mages used, it reminds me of something. Ah, yes, that's it! Farlong was a foe of Aegon long ago. I know only his name as a foe of Aegon, son of Aemon. And I know the histories well. Poor girl. The war's turned stronger heads than hers. Her punishment will be firm, but just. Likely punish herself much worse.
Every month, more freemen making trouble.
Given this turn of events, you are to find this Merrock character. Extract from him what you can. I have other work for Gwyn. Meet her in Rathir when you're done. First, I will have her tend to that vault. High time it was cleaned and catalogued. After that, these mages call themselves Farlongi, right? I'd like to see what kind of footprints that name leaves behind. Ought to have worn the damn thing around my neck, or station guards outside my quarters. Never thought it would come to that. For the army? Help with the war? My gods!